What's up, guys? My name is Steven Martinez, and this is the Massive Gains Podcast. And so, welcome to the rebirth of the Massive Gains Podcast. I am excited to be here. It's been a long hiatus for this podcast, which was started back in 2020. Maybe 2021, I think ran over into 2021. But we had about 12 episodes then, and we kind of got some headway going, and then nothing really happened. Got really busy with work, and back then the Massive Gains podcast was really about insurance and helping Medicare agents and sharing insurance information and helping Medicare agents write more business. And so that's what it was all inspired by. And again, I had a co-host back then who I no longer associate with, unfortunately. Not mine or his decision, just the way it is. We're not allowed to communicate. And so, unfortunately, I'm here by myself. So I am going to bring you guys some mindset, fitness, and business tips. And so that's the whole idea behind the Massive Gains podcast. And so when I thought about bringing a podcast, I wanted to start a podcast. I didn't even think about bringing back the podcast. I actually said, I want to start a podcast. I want to start doing a podcast. And that led me to bringing back what was formerly known as the Massive Gains Podcast. And we're going to keep it the Massive Gains Podcast because, again, the name didn't make sense before because we never talked about anything fitness-wise at all. And I really don't want this to turn into strictly fitness. I want this to be a well-rounded podcast of fitness, mindset, and business. And so I will have guests on this podcast as I revive it and I revitalize it and I re-energize the Massive Gains podcast. We're going to have guests from all over. I'll have some featured guests on. And every week I plan on doing this on Tuesdays. Going to aim for 5 o'clock Central Time. Tried to aim for 5 o'clock Central Time today. You might have caught some of the earlier tries on this, but they were not successful. So I'm just going to test something here real quick. Tries on this. Okay. So that's what wasn't successful earlier. I didn't have any audio on one of them. And then on the one earlier prior to that, I had some glitchiness and this is going on. So can't get right, but we're going to get it right. And I think we got it right this time. So we've nailed we've nailed it down this time. We're going to get it right. We're going to make sure it happens. And so don't mind me giving you guys a close up here. But we're going to make sure that it happens. And so thank you guys for joining me here today. If you're on Facebook, be sure to follow me on Facebook, but head over to the Massive Gains Podcast. I'm going to bring that card back up so you guys can see it here. It's back. Are we back? We're going to work now. Think so. Okay. I think we're good, guys. You good? You good over there, bro? You good right there, bro? You good right there, bro? Okay, I think we're good. Golly. Here it is 8 o'clock now, but I wanted to get the word out about this Massive Gains podcast that I'm going to do every other week, every other week on Tuesdays at 5 o'clock Central Time. That's the goal, every other week. 5 o'clock Central Time, bring you guys some tips and some insights about fitness, mindset, and business. So that's what it's going to be about. So make sure that you follow, make sure you go and do that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're about 10 minutes in, and these are going to be 30-minute episodes of the Massive Gains podcast. And so first thing is mindset. Let's get our mindset right to actually have this transformation. And so for me personally, those of you that don't know me, my name is Steven Martinez. I used to be 325 pounds. I weigh about 175 now. So I've lost about 150 pounds, which is a big whopping big 155 pounds right around there. And that's my journey. Yeah. So, um, yes, I am. And I have done that over the last 2 years. And so what we're going to talk about here is the uh, way that I've done that and the stack that I've used to do that, because that's the biggest question that I get asked is how in the world have you done this? And so anybody who has known me for some time has seen the transformation that I've personally went through. And again, it's just the question that I get asked: what are you doing? How have you done it? And what is the secret sauce? That's what they want to know. What is the secret sauce? And so I'm about to spill the secret sauce. The secret sauce is honestly, it's been going to the gym consistently and getting in the right mindset. And so part of that is just having these no exceptions. And so I've got these wrote down here on my little handy dandy whiteboard here. But if you can read that, I don't know if you can read that or not. No exceptions. We're going to go over them. So, no exceptions for bedtime, no exceptions at bedtime, no matter what, you're going to go to bed at the same time every single night. For me, that's 10 o'clock personally. No exceptions, got to go to bed. And then that gives me a wake up time, of the same time every single day, which for me is too early. It's 4:30. But at least up by 5 o'clock and at the gym by 5 o'clock, so I can get that done and be back home by 7. So I got to have all that knocked out and taken care of by 7, so I can come back home and be ready for work and the rest of the day, kids, family, and the rest of that. So bedtime, waking up, and going to the gym. No exceptions on that. And what I wrote here, I don't know if you can see that. I'll come back over here. But what I wrote here was active rest days. So even on days where you're not going to the gym, make sure that they're active rest days. So, like, no exceptions. Every single day, I'm either going to go to the gym or I'm going to have my active rest days. No questions asked, right? I am absolutely going to do that. And then I threw my little bonus tip in right here, and that is no meals after 7 o'clock. No meals, no meals after 7 o'clock. Got that? Again, your schedule may vary a little bit. Your wake up time, bedtime may be off a little bit. So then you have to have something. But no meals. If I'm going to bed by 10 o'clock every night, no meals after 7. So that gives me a 3 hour window of absolutely nothing to eat. Try not to eat any later than 5 or 6 o'clock. But, life gets in the way. And we got to be realistic about these things. I can't say, hey, I'm not going to eat after 4 o'clock. Well, you might do that for a couple of days or a week or so, but you're not going to sustain that long term. And so we have to set realistic long term goals. And these are realistic long term goals. No exceptions on going to the bed, waking up, and whatever your work schedule is or your school schedule, your kid's schedule, like, you should be able to do these things consistently without a problem. Like, there's no reason to not be able to do these things. No exceptions. No exceptions. All right, so that gets my mindset where I need it to be, to say, hey, I'm not going to have any exceptions. I'm going to shut this door. I don't know if y'all witnessed that, but my dog can open the door back here, and he opens the door and comes in, but obviously I can't get him to shut the door. So if I can get him to shut the door, we'd be on a whole nother level. But I can't get him to shut the door, so we're just stuck with it being manual shut. So I had to go through there and shut it before it got too crazy. So where was I? Oh, no exceptions. That gets my mindset where I need it to be. And so if my mindset is where I need it to be, and I wake up and I go to the gym, that's great. So, but what other things aid me in that? Because just because I think about it and I want to do it doesn't mean I feel like doing it, right? And feeling like doing it goes a long way because for me personally, for the longest time, I woke up fully energized as a morning person. And I quit feeling that way when I was probably about 34, 35. I just really lost that, pep in my step when I got out of bed. And so the first thing I started doing was taking a GLP-1